I think the most difficult things for families who have an alcoholic in the family is the difference between their own reactive emotions and then critical thinking skills and trying to combine those together because so many families don't understand what's really going on with their loved one because alcoholism is a progressive disease. It starts off innocently enough. It starts off with, maybe a couple glasses of wine or a few beers, but it will spiral into this monumental problem that destroys families, relationships, and lives. Understanding the signs of the red flags of alcoholism long before it gets out of hand is key to any family being able to hold together and to nip this problem in the bud. So let's further delve into this. The real problem is most families don't even understand what's going on. They realize that their loved one has a particular drinking problem, but they might have two decisions. They react with anger, frustration, and animosity, or they ignore it and they hope that it might get better down the road. It's not going to get better. Understanding the red flags and understanding that families need to take action as soon as possible, especially if you have a child who's in their teen years or their 20s. A lot of families tend to enable that child because they're their child. They might enable them with staying at their house or paying their bills or paying their court costs and a plethora of different things. But awareness is key to survival and it's key to stopping this addiction and this disease. The sooner that families understand this and they're educated on what's going on with their loved one, the quicker that they can stop this disease. Now, there are hundreds of reasons why someone begins to drink, but it's important for family members to identify that there is a problem with their loved one. If they're coming home drunk on a regular basis, if they're drinking on a regular basis, if they're getting into trouble, it's creating havoc in the relationship, whether it's a husband, spouse, a child, a parent, whatever the relationship is. Families have to recognize that there's a problem and step in. Those are the cognitive, or the critical thinking skills that need to take place. Wow, our son has a problem. Maybe we should get him into rehab, rather than yelling and screaming and thinking that that's going to make a difference. Yelling and screaming at people, being reactive with your emotions isn't going to help you, and it's not going to help the alcoholic. You need to have real world help. You need to get somebody into a rehab. They need to go to an AA meeting. They need to go to sober living. They need to get accountability partners. They need to talk to somebody like me. They need one-on-one coaching. Whatever they do, you need to get help. Families have the ability to step in because families will recognize that there's a problem long before the alcoholic ever will. Now, having a son or daughter or a spouse or a parent that gets a DUI, for example, it's their second DUI, and they come home and you're yelling and screaming at them like that's going to change their attitude. When reality is, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again. You're not going to get a different result. You're going to get a worse result. And when it comes to alcoholism, it's progressive. It's going to get worse until they get professional help. So if that makes any sense to you, I hope it does. Click on the link above. I've helped thousands of alcoholics, but most importantly, I've helped their families. Again, like, share, and comment. I also have a Facebook group called Amanda, A Cautionary Tale of Alcoholism. It's growing by leaps and bounds every day. And again, thanks for listening.